Hello everyone, my name is Darshan Dev and I'm doing presentation on immigration law. So let me start with the question. Who implements the immigration law and makes policy? So everybody knows about here Homeland Security play important role in United States. Plus the Department of State also play an important role for the immigration. And if you are going through all this stuff, then you need to necessarily do some like documentation for the health and human services, social security administration, FBI, state and country agency, local agency, included police department. It means if you are going for the immigration like documentation or something, once you get the approval, you have to have like social security number, and then after your state ID or driving license. Once you go for that information, they will do your background checks from your local police department. Immigration versus non-immigration status. This is two mandatory status. If you coming through the any kind of port entries, and if you have a legal entry, it means like you are immigrant. And it also like specific word to coming to a live and work permanently in United States. It means like you have certain entries in your passport or seaport or something. Non-immigrant coming to the United States for a defined specific purpose of temporary defined period. It means like you are come up here for just for the work. You don't want to live here for your entire life. It means like non-immigrant. They also included non-immigrant as well, like illegal immigrant. Court's priority dates. Categories are permanent immigrant is a family, employment, humanitarian includes asylum, visa, lottery, and investment. The immigrant process. Typically, scenario stage and problems occur in the both family-based and employment-based immigration visa case. Who's the pioneer of the beneficiary process? Delay, backward, and evidence. Then after you have to family-based, aging out or death. Company closure, inability to the advance. So whenever you applying for the any kind of visas, it means it based on like any kind of you are coming in United States for the job purpose or somebody sponsored your visa. If you are not have that kind of stuff, you come into the United States to make money. So that is called like illegal, and you file the asylum because you are not safe in your country. You cannot survive in your country. So it's called asylum. Affidavit of support and sponsorship requirement. What's the affidavit of support? Used for family-based immigrant case and select employment-based cases. So whenever you have affidavit of support, it means like somebody is responsible for you. Sponsorship of United States and permanent residence sponsor remain responsible under the affidavit of support requirement even if the relationship is terminated through a divorce or dissolution. However, if it in a line become a United States citizen or work 40 years qualify quarters, then the US sponsor is observed from any further responsibility. It is very simple to get the United States visa, but it is hard to get the United States visa nowadays. Typically, you encounter the crime under the immigration law. There are certain crimes in United States. You don't have to follow that one, otherwise you guys will be in trouble. You also in trouble and your immigrant status also in trouble. So for that you have a domestic violence, TPO, DUI, children and endangerment, identify fraud and theft, traffic violation leads to encounters. Crazy scenarios. It's very hard to make it, but people are crazy. Immigration law define of convicted. The term convicted means with the response and alliance of formal judgment of guilty of the alignment entered by a court, or if the judgmental of guilty has been withdrawn. A judgment of jury has found the alien guilty, or the alien has entered a piece of guilty, or solo. That's a spelling mistake. Solo contender has been admitted sufficient fact to warrant a fine or guilty. The third one is the judge has ordered some form of punishment, penalty, and restraint on alien liberty to be imposed. This is very hard and tough words for me, but still I working on that to understand. So I found one case, leading of the Sixth Circuit Court case, Barricade versus a holder, case number 621, rules number F3D398. This happened in 2010. On conviction vacated for rehabilitative or immigration reason remain valid, while a conviction vacated for substantive or procedural infirmities does not have any immigrant consequences. This law is so hard to understand, but it is also easy for those people who are wants to come in United States as an immigrant, and after that they change the laws for the immigrations of the United States. And some of the laws become so easy, and some of the laws become so hard. But that's why nowadays visitor visas and green card and other country people, whenever they come for the visit in United States, they have a feeling too much hardship on the airport or seaport. Whenever they enter from there, immigration officer, FBI agents, and U.S. Custom Board, USCBP. That's the people are asking like very hard question. Customer border protection agencies, they guys are asking crazy question to them. Crime specific to immigrant law. Inadmissible at time of entry of adjustable of the status, present in violation of the law, violation of non-immigrant status or condition of entry, termination of conditional permanent residency, alien smuggling, marriage fraud, waiver authorized in some cases. These all cases you can file the immigration visa, but if you are doing cheating with all these cases, it means you are a fraud people, and after a couple of days you are in a bar because they have all kind of information about your journey. So don't be do a fraud anything. Just go with the legal documentation if you are interested. Crime with the immigration consequences. Crime involve moral like perpetuate two elements commission within 5 years after the date of admission, and sentence of 1 year or more may be imposed. For an example, maximum sentences, even if not imposed, is more than 1 year. The relevant to your status. Multiple criminal conviction. Two or more criminal involving. I mean, this is a big crime in United States. Recently, in Chicago downtown, this thing happened, and nowadays this thing happening every day. So people who like born and grow up in United States, they are if they're doing this kind of crime, they go permanently jail for their entire life. This stuff always I would like to avoid crime with immigration consequences. Whenever like it's called like fire offenses, crime of defense, domestic violation, stalking, violation of protective orders, crimes against children, human trafficking, failure to register or falsification of the document, false claim to United States US citizenship, national security, espionage, terrorism, genocide, lying on immigration application, voting or registration to vote, public charge. The important cases of the United States about the immigration. If you are more interested to learn about the cases, the first case is St. Carey INS versus St. Carey Government 533 US 289 happened in 2001. Paddy Lab versus Kentucky 130. Sand Court State Court 1473, the case number 2010. Chaides versus United States government border crossing. This one is very interesting case. If you are more wants to learn about how people are facing a problem during like crossing a border of the United States from Mexico, you can read this case. This case is so interesting. I think they also made the movie on this case. And Judy Lang versus Holder case 132. This is also an interesting case. They made the Netflix series on this case. Fiance or love or green card visa. Actual face of fact to visit then last 2 years. File form number 129F. So as per the government now, it's a I-130E form right now. You have to fill it up for your evidence if you want sponsoring for the green card or fiance visa. So no more 129, but if you filed before 2021, it was I-129F. Now it's a I-130E visa if you're filing for your spouse. An approval of I-139 file document with the National Visa Center. So you have to submit this document to nearest USCIS office in Chicago area and total in Illinois. They have a total 28 locations. You have to send these two files. And after that, there is a 2 locations in the United States, one in Atlanta, another in Denver. They guys are proceeding the file documents. And they approve your visa within 19 days. And whenever you put the visa file, you have to have 90 days marriage. Then after you can put it, file for adjustment of status. That's called a green card after the marriage. So once you come in United States with the legal status, and if you marry with any citizen person in United States, it means you are eligible for the green card. This is the fastest process of the United States to get the citizenship. I involve this case specifically DUI because I know like everybody's doing like drinking alcohol or any kind of other stuff like smoking and all the stuff. But this is the danger for yourself and danger for the other people. I have seen too many cases on the road because generally I'm traveling from Chicago to the Blackhawk Technical College 3 times a week. So whenever I'm driving, I have seen these cases too many times because after the drink, you don't have that kind of ability to you take your judgment of your car. So whenever people doing like drink and drive, they always messed up with someone car and their life. So in these cases, severe effect, resources, no bond by ICE, and very difficult to defend in immigration court if prior case has already concerned. It means like if you have a DUI and you are getting another DUI, it's hard to get your driving license back. So then after you have to go anywhere with your relatives, public transportation or private transportation. It's very hard. Some people says they are driving after the DUI too. Avoid that stuff because you are playing with someone else's life. Don't do that. This is my work cited. And thank you so much. If you have any question, you can reach out me through the discussion post and I will definitely give you perfect answers. Thank you so much.